Alright guys, we are picking the newest randomized movie experience. I haven't done this in a hot second. So first, we have our streaming services. We got Tubi, which is free, we love that. Paramount Plus, I think I used my father-in-law's. Peacock, I bought that. Student discount, like $2 a month. Disney Plus, I use my mom's. Netflix, I use my mom's. HBO Max, I use my friend Jill's, or sometimes my friend Nish's, depending on whose password I can remember. Thank you to both of you. Hulu, I use my father-in-law's. Don't tell any of these companies, except for Peacock, that I am not paying for them. Sorry, I don't have money. Also, you may be wondering, why are you wearing this? I'm wearing this because it is 1 in the morning. I just didn't feel like sleeping, and today I felt like wearing this pajama shirt. We got it a couple years ago during Halloween to match our dog that also had one, and then we kept it because we were embracing the Phoebe Bridgers-ness. So first we gotta randomize the streaming service. We got Paramount Plus. We got all of our letters, including the number sign. Had to roll up the sleeves, you know. Shake this bad boy up. J. Now I have to figure out how many J movies on Paramount Plus there are. So give me a second. Took me a second. Pulled up. If you're wondering, yes, I do this every single time. Sometimes I do it on my TV. Sometimes I do it on my laptop. Kind of depends on like what the app is. So anyway, we got 40 of these bad boys. Now in here we have about 33. I just double checked from when I did the strike edition because I had like 200 and then I moved and then I lost one. First it was under my couch and then when I moved my couch, I couldn't find it. So I had to get rid of all those because I had no idea what number out of 1 and 200 there were. So we started over, 33. I need to add 7 more to get to 40, if that makes sense. So got the rest of them here. I can't find my Sharpie, so we're using regular pen. 40 J movies on Paramount Plus. Oh my god, I just dropped it. It's over there. I swear there's no cuts. There's no cuts, I swear. It's 36. It's 36, look, you can see it right here. We're doing our best here. It's 1 in the morning. I'm so glad that we passed the 4 JoJo Siwa movies. So what we landed on, right here. Jordan Klepper solves guns. I am familiar with Jordan Klepper because I do occasionally watch The Daily Show, and I know that he does quite a few bits on there. Haven't watched it in a while, but I remember thinking he was funny. From the nation's capital to the woods of Georgia and beyond, Jordan Klepper talks with lawmakers, militia members, and more to solve America's gun crisis once and for all. So we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. All right, so I watched it. Let's get into it. Basically, Jordan Klepper, if you've never seen any of his comedy, what he does is he goes in like interview style and like suit with a microphone and he's interviewing these people, but he asks it in questions that just make them sound kind of stupid or maybe make him sound stupid.
What is a gun? If you ask an NRA lobbyist, he might say,
the gun is a symbol in American politics. As much as it's a real thing, it's also a symbol.
Yeah, the gun is a symbol of a dick. If you got a little one, you go and get a gun. It's like the Corvette for paranoid people.
And that's pretty much his entire bit. Now, back when I watched The Daily Show kind of religiously and I saw him in those clips, I thought it was funny. Granted, those were like 2-3 minute clips. This is a full 60-minute segment. Once you kind of get his style of joke, I don't really know if it changes throughout, and so it gets kind of monotonous and it loses steam pretty quick. So while I was kind of into it for the first like 15 minutes, the rest of it I was just like, okay. I do have to give him props though, because the commitment to the bit is something that I could never pull off because that just takes like a lot of guts to do this. Like he pulls up Senator Cory Booker. I think he's a senator, congressman. Cory Booker. He pulls up Cory Booker in an IHOP and he's like interviewing him, making these jokes.
Between you and me,
Yes,
when are we
me.
getting rid of the Second Amendment?
Well, we're not going to get rid of the Second Amendment. It's something that we don't want to do.
Because you can't do it?
No. In order to make people safe, we don't need to throw out one of our constitutional amendments.
He pulls up to a militia group in the middle of the woods in his tiny little like Kia Soul. Not a Kia Soul, I don't know what it was, but I just pretended it was a Kia Soul. And he's like, hey guys, let's interview you. He spends the night like wearing like night vision goggles in this camp with militia people.
this group of 40-odd members who met once a month were serious about one thing, training. And keepsaking their training, 2 things.
Props. He also has this bit where he's like trying to convince gun owners to not keep their guns in like a bachelor style thing where he's like interviewing all of them and he's like giving them roses.
It's goodbye. Now is the time where I have to choose one of you, whose mind I will change.
Also, how does he set up these interviews? Like, who does he call? Hello, militia group I found online. Would you like to be part of an interview? I'll kind of be making fun of you. Like, do they know? Are they aware of the way he's asking? Do they think he's being serious? How much setup is there? Like, is there like a cameraman? Is there studio lights? I kind of want to see more behind the scenes than anything.
Percent of gun owners and 74% of NRA members support criminal background checks.
I think it honestly would have been funnier if we had started with like, oh yeah, 70%, 80%, whatever that number is of the country who wants just like universal background checks, just keeping general safe stuff. It would be way funnier if he set that as a precedent and then went to like the White House, Congress, whoever, interviews these people and being like, so why don't you listen to these people? What is it? Is it the NRA money? Like whatever. I think that would have been more funny and more current. The way he had it set up was kind of dumbing down his audience. He was expecting his audience to be one thing or the other and so strong in these other ends when most people I feel like are kind of, it's a spectrum. And I think trusting your audience to be a little more intelligent and taking what we all can kind of agree on to the next level. What's the real problem? If we all agree on something and it's not happening up on this upper government level, that's the problem, not down here. So I think that's kind of what gave me some beef with it. A big plus though, which I really liked, at the end he highlights all of these local organizations that are working towards fixing the big problem.
Across America, there are tons of organizations that are actively working to lower gun violence. Whether you're a gun owner or not, there are things you can do to affect change. Too lazy to Google it? Yeah, thought so. That's why I created JordanKlepperSolves.com to hold your hand through the process of contacting organizations making a difference in your area.
And so taking time out of your comedy special to do that, I think, is very important, and it shows that he does care about this subject. He's not just making jokes because it's an easy, polarizing topic. He genuinely wants something done. For my rating, I'm gonna give it a 2.5. It wasn't great. I didn't really like it, but I didn't hate it either. It was just kind of there. I was very glad that it was like 50, 60 minutes. I think if it was any longer, I would have started lowering the scale. Would I ever recommend anybody to watch it? I don't think so. I do think whatever his small segments are, whether that's on his YouTube, I'm not sure, those are probably hitting harder. And some stuff that's probably more current will probably be funnier. I feel like that's kind of the name of the game with this kind of comedy. And I gotta say, what a controversial subject to come right out of the gate with the new refreshed randomized movie experience. So that's it for me. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you're enjoying this so I can keep making these videos, and I'll see you guys next time. I promise the next one's gonna be a doozy.